Let's start with a question nobody likes to ask out loud. Did Rome actually fall because hordes of barbarians smashed through its walls? Or did Rome fall because Rome quietly burned its own financial system while pretending everything was fine? We love the movie version where the villain is external. Barbarians look great on camera. Flaming arrows, giant siege towers, glorious last stands. That story lets Rome die as a tragic hero. But what if the real assassin was inside? What if the Republic killed itself, legally, with paperwork, seals, decrees, and accounting tricks? What if the battlefield wasn't the frontier, but the mint? Humans have this very funny ego. We will always blame the enemy outside for our downfall. It keeps us feeling noble. But the more you study Rome, the more you see a long, slow suicide by monetary policy. Rome didn't get destroyed by outsiders first. Rome got destroyed by Rome's own financial theater. Before the crisis, the denarius was more than just metal. It was trust. One denarius could pay a legionary's wages, buy a day's bread, or settle a debt. People didn't just carry coins. They carried confidence in the state itself. Hold a denarius in your hand, and you were holding a piece of Rome's promise. Its beauty was simplicity. Silver, stamped with the emperor's image, understood by all. No interest rates, no bankers whispering in halls. Immediate, tangible, real, full. For a time, it worked. Trade flowed, armies marched, and the Republic functioned. But stability is fragile, and even the strongest illusions can shatter. At its peak, the denarius symbolized Rome's confidence and unknowingly planted the seed of its downfall. Rome wasn't built cheaply. Every conquest, every legionary, every border patrol had a price tag, paid in silver. Expansion was thrilling, but expensive. Provinces needed governors, bureaucrats needed salaries, citizens expected monuments and festivals. The empire's appetite was infinite. The treasury's reserves were not. Leaders hoped wealth from conquered lands would cover the gap. They assumed taxes, tribute, and luck would save them. Classic mistake. Spending more than you have, hoping the future fixes it, while the public slowly realizes the cracks. This is Rome's fatal pattern. The denarius would soon become the battlefield itself, as Rome learned that even money can be turned against the people who depend on it. Then came the fateful choice, debasing the denarius. Leaders mixed less silver into coins to create more money. Brilliant on paper, disastrous in reality. At first, no one noticed. A clever trick to keep armies paid, provinces running, appearances intact. But money is honest. People notice. Coins feel lighter. Price rise. Trust begins to crack. The denarius, once a symbol of stability, now betrayed its own citizens. Officials felt clever, thinking they'd bought time. Merchants whispered. Markets shifted. One clever accounting trick quietly became a monster. Then the subtle shifts became obvious. Bread costs more. Wine costs more. Soldiers' wages don't stretch. Citizens pause. Merchants grumble. The public starts looking at their coins with suspicion. That silver, once heavy and reliable, now feels hollow. The Republic hoped trust would hold, but the illusion broke. Panic spread faster than armies could march. The denarius stopped being just money. It became a mirror of fear, uncertainty, and a republic teetering on collapse. When people lose faith in currency, they lose faith in everything else. What begins as a whisper soon becomes a roar. Prices climb, wages lag, families struggle, merchants hoard. Wealthy elites convert silver into land and goods. The very currency meant to unify now divides society. Inflation doesn't just raise prices. It makes inequality sharper, tensions higher, and trust vanish. Every coin spent is a reminder nothing is as secure as it seems. Markets tremble. Daily life feels unpredictable. Inflation is now a living, breathing monster, creeping, gnawing, eroding from within. Rome's currency has become an enemy that no sword could defeat. As inflation spreads, politics fractures. The Senate debates endlessly. Factions form. Ambition overrides duty. The elite seize advantage, bending laws, manipulating power, and shifting loyalties. Ordinary citizens watch in confusion and fear. A quiet war rages within Rome, not with swords, but with money and influence. Institutions slow, laws bend, and ambition fills the vacuum left by a currency that no one can trust. Every day, the Republic inches closer to chaos. And then, the invisible thread snaps. Citizens lose faith, not just in the Denarius, but in the Senate, magistrates, and laws. Contracts are questioned, taxes resented, every transaction a negotiation. Markets falter, hoarding replaces spending, and the social fabric weakens. The Republic's foundation, once solid, is now soft, crumbling, dangerously unstable. Rome's greatest strength, trust, has vanished. And when trust disappears, no army, law, or decree can hold an empire together. Into the vacuum step the strongmen, generals, politicians, wealthy elites. Romans themselves take advantage of weakened institutions. Ambition fills the void left by broken trust. Military power overrides debate. Authority shifts to the boldest, most decisive hand. The Republic fades as personal influence grows. Civic duty gives way to domination. The balance of shared power collapses, replaced by raw ambition. Rome becomes governed by strength and cunning rather than law. A slow transformation that history would call the end of the Republic. Finally, the quietest coup completes. Rome does not fall with fire or sword. It falls through numbers, silver, and broken trust. Inflation, the invisible enemy, has conquered the Republic without a battle. The Denarius, once sacred, becomes a reminder of betrayal. Soldiers, merchants, families, all feel the invisible weight. Markets wobble, panic spreads, and citizens cling to survival. The Republic's collapse is slow, silent, and inevitable. History often celebrates dramatic battles and fiery sieges. But Rome's Republic shows a different lesson. Sometimes, empires fall quietly, systematically, from the inside. A slow poison of mismanaged money and broken trust can be more lethal than any invading army. Money is not just metal. Money carries trust. And trust, once lost, can topple even the mightiest civilization. Rome fell with a whisper, not a roar. And today, that whisper still teaches us the power and the danger of the invisible forces that shape our world.